back in Ballina. Not only that, of course, it's a very significant year for all involved in the Mayo and District Motorsport Club because they're celebrating their 40th anniversary. I spoke to numerous people on the evening, and I began by speaking first of all with the clerk of the course. Well, I'm here tonight at the launch of the Hotel Ballina Kennedy Motors Mayo Stages Rally for 2016. Of course, the event itself will take place over the weekend of March 5th and 6th. And once again, Hotel Ballina and Kennedy Motors are the joint main sponsors of this popular West of Ireland event. And we're going to start off this programme by, of course, speaking with the clerk of the course. A new clerk of the course comes on board for 2016. That is Killala native David Breen. David, thanks very much indeed for joining us. I suppose, first of all, exciting times ahead, and it's all systems go now at the launch tonight.
Yeah, it's all systems go. Everybody's very busy getting the final touches on the event. All the sponsors are in. Everybody has their jobs to do.
How about yourself, first time clerk of the course? It's a big ask, but I'm sure it's one you're looking forward to.
Yeah, it's a big ask. Pádraig was the clerk of the course last year, and we were all in on that team as well, so I'm not a stranger to it, but I have never done clerk of the course before, so it's a big task, and I'm happy that I have a great team behind me, which makes it very easy.
Tell us about the championships now this year. What can we expect, and I suppose what makes them stand out from other years?
The championships, this year we have the Triton National Rally Championship and the Border Championship sponsored by Sligo Pallets. So as opposed to last year, we're going to have a lot more entries, a lot more spectators, maybe higher profile competitors too. So we're expecting it to be a lot more exciting this year.
And the route itself, what can you tell us in relation to that? Is it the same as last year or a slight change again?
Last year's one, there's slight changes to last year. I wouldn't say exactly the same, but there are slight changes. We don't want to let the cat out of the bag just yet.
Important to keep that in as well. And in terms of the day itself, we know it's always a huge undertaking, and it wouldn't be possible only for, of course, sponsors, but most importantly as well, volunteerism, and you need so many volunteers on the day. Yeah,
we've loads of marshals there, timekeepers, scrutineers, even more importantly, the local people. They help out, they supply us with round bales, they drop them out for us. They're a great help. Without the local people, you wouldn't have an event.
And of course, a huge year for the Mayo and District Motorsport Club as well, as you're celebrating 40 years this year.
Yeah, it's the 40th anniversary of the club. I've been involved in it for a good few years now. So yeah, it's exciting to have the 40th anniversary and the Mayo Stages Rally event close to my home place. So it's nice to have it.
Yeah, and of course, as always, Midwest will have regular updates throughout the event. But on top of that, there's going to be dedicated TV coverage as well.
Yeah, it's going to be covered on a few channels there. It'll be TG4, UTV, BT Sports, Irish TV, Motors TV, and Setanta Sports. So yeah, we're going to have great coverage. It's going to be really good for our sponsors and really good for highlighting our area. We're going through the Wild Atlantic Way, some fabulous scenery. You might have seen some of the shots from last year, some really good scenery.
And finally, as we know, it's a great event. What's paramount as well is road safety, and that's what the Motorsport Club is all about. It's promoting road safety as well throughout this event.
Yeah, we do a lot with road safety in the RSA, and we work closely with the Gardaí. So we did a schools day there last week. Maggie is our road safety ambassador. So she organised a schools day. Basically, we went to the schools, told them, or kind of explained road safety, the difference between rallying and road safety, and maybe kind of ask the kids to help their parents along on the day and show them how things are done safely as well. It was a great day for us as well.
Great stuff. Well, it's all systems go, as we said now, for the weekend of March 5th and 6th, the Hotel Ballina Kennedy Motors Mayo Stages Rally. I'm sure, as always, David, it'll be a great success, but as we said, that's down to the great work that all of you are putting in as well.
Yeah, we have a great team of people there. marshals, timekeepers, scrutineers, everybody that's involved on the day and on the weekend and the weeks running up to it. You're planning for months on a run-in, and it kind of all starts to come together around about now. So we've another 2.5 weeks left until the event is on. So it's there for everybody to come and see. It's a free event for the public on Saturday night and Sunday. But what we would say is just obey the marshals and safety instructions, and that's paramount for your safety.
The rally show on the Saturday is always huge as well, David. It attracts an awful lot of families.
Yeah, it is. It's very big here in the town. It's a great way for young families and spectators and everybody to get up and close and see some of the cars that are going to be there and meet some of the crews. On the day of the event, these people are going to be really busy getting services done and making sure their cars and their teams are up to scratch. So everything's a lot more relaxed on the Saturday night, and it gives everybody a chance to meet some of the drivers and see what the cars are like.
Well, David Breen, clerk of the course, thanks very much indeed for talking to us, and wish you all the very best of luck on the weekend of March 5th and 6th.
Yeah, and I'd just like to say thanks to all our sponsors, Ballina Hotel, Kennedy Motors, our stage sponsors, Davies Tool Hire and Connacht Science and Print, and also Healy Plant Hire, and a big thanks to Mayo County Council as well. They've been a great help.
Now, so I'm joined here by Maggie Bonner, who is, of course, the road safety officer with the Mayo Stages Rally, and, of course, is the Chief Marshal on the day as well. So, Maggie, you have a lot of roles to fill, as always, this year.
Yeah, I have a lot of challenging roles to take part in this year, but I enjoy doing it.
I suppose talk us through the road safety first, and I suppose that's paramount for all these events, is trying to highlight the importance of road safety throughout the event.
Yeah, for every event we do of whether it is the Stages Rally or a forestry rally, we always try to include the school children and the locals of promoting the road safety, to teach them what they've already learned in school and reinforce the importance of road safety, whether it's rallying or every day. So what I do is I set up an event a couple of weeks before the rally, have it in the local community of the national schools, and we get them all together and we get our full team of the rally. We have rally cars, we have RSA people, we have the guards. We all give a message across to them, a positive one, of how important it is to be safe on our roads.
And what has the response been like from the kids? Have they been enthusiastic about it all?
Yeah, sometimes they come in and they sit down and we show them a video first and they're just kind of this is going to be boring, but I tell you, by the end of it they're leaving and they're delighted, and I think they want another day of it.
And of course, aside from that as well, the Chief Marshal role, a big ask as well, and I believe, like every event, you're always relying heavily on volunteers, and that's the case again this year. Yeah,
like this whole rally is all to do with volunteers, and we're always looking for help. I have a big role this year of the Chief Marshal, so I'm just, if there was anyone out there that would want to give us a hand, we're always looking for marshals on the weekend, or even to help around the Park Fermia here at the Hotel Ballina, to give us a hand with looking after cars and everything. There's a job for everyone. But my main job in the day is to keep everyone safe, marshal-wise, and just make sure there is a safe rally and that we've people to protect the locations and the spectators.
It's a great weekend as well for all involved, but in terms of North Mayo, in particular Ballina, it's fantastic publicity.
That's for sure. I believe there's a lot of towns that would love to say that the Mayo stages are coming to theirs, and this is the 4th year for Ballina, and it's the support our stages get that it keeps coming back to Ballina. The businesses around, the support we get, the welcome, the whole community comes together and support us, and that's why it keeps coming back.
So finally, Maggie, if there's people at home listening that'd like to get involved and become a marshal and help out in the day, how do they go about that?
Yeah, they can go online. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and we've our website is Mayo Motorsport Club, And if they just wanted to get on that, there's phone numbers. They can contact the club, say they want to marshal, whoever on the other end will pass on my number and get in contact, and I'll give you all a job.
Great stuff. Maggie Bonner, thanks very much indeed for talking to us. Now I'm delighted to be joined by the General Manager here of Hotel Ballina, Roisin Buckley. Roisin, thanks so much indeed for joining us, and of course it's great to have the Mayo Stages Rally back here in Ballina again, the 4th year, and it is their 40th year celebrations as well, so exciting times ahead.
Very exciting times ahead, and first of all, you're very welcome back to the hotel. It's great to see you, and look, at tonight is always a great night, and it's great, as you said, it's the 4th year that the Mayo Stages Rally have been headquartered at Hotel Ballina, and what a great celebration on their 40th anniversary to be with us as well. So it's all about the fours and very exciting this year.
Yeah, it's all about the fours, that's right. In terms of the event itself, it always attracts so many people, and that weekend, the 5th and 6th of March, the amount of people that come from all over the country is fantastic, and it's a great way of putting Ballina and indeed North Mayo on the map.
That's right, it really is, and it is really about Ballina and North Mayo and helping us, I suppose, work off the wild Atlantic way and letting us showcase what we're all about. And it's also great at what we would normally call an off-peak time of the year, so it's a great early start to the season to get us ready for St. Patrick's Day then and all the celebrations. But the amount of people that come to town and come to the whole area on this weekend, it's huge, and it's really just a great showcase for the area, so we're delighted to have everybody joining us.
Yeah, certainly, as you said, an off-peak season, so it must be fantastic for the hotel, and I know yourselves are the sponsor again along with Kennedy Motors, so these type of events, they wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the support of companies like yours, but also we see the different volunteers and the different people giving up their free time to help out in the day as well. It's a real community effort.
It absolutely is. It's a huge community effort, and I don't think people realise the work that goes in behind the scenes. For example, the weekend of the 12th of March, there'll be a committee meeting here to start looking at the 2017 rally, so it's 52 weeks of the year. The local club meet here in the hotel, so it's a huge community effort, but isn't it lovely to see you coming back again? And I think it's all about community at the moment, really, isn't it? And there is a lot more community happening.
Well, it's certainly a sign that things must be going off very successful each year when they want to come back again. And as we said, it's the 40th year anniversary, and everyone is looking forward to it on the 5th and 6th of March.
Absolutely, and we're really looking forward to it. Myself and the team are getting ready now to gearing up to feed everybody. There'll be nobody go without food or a bed or something to drink in the hotel, so come out to Hotel Ballina and support all of the Mayo Motor Club.
Roisin Buckley of Hotel Ballina, thanks very much indeed for talking to us.
Thanks very much indeed.
Now here beside the chairperson of the Mayo and District Motorsport Club, of course, the Mayo Stages Rally coming up now on the March 5th and 6th weekend. Matty Murphy. Matty, I suppose first and foremost a huge year it is for the club. You're celebrating 40 years and your 4th year here in Ballina.
Yeah, Michael, it's our 40th year in existence, with the club in existence, and it's going from strength to strength. It's our 4th year in Ballina. We've had 3 very successful years here in Hotel Ballina and the surrounding areas in association with Kennedy Motors, and we look forward to our 4th year now, and first round of the National Rally Championship sponsored by Triton Showers, and also first round of the Border Rally Championship sponsored by Sligo Pallets.
Yeah, so I mean it's your 4th year, as you said, in a row here back to Ballina. So really the previous 3 years, Matt, you must have been very successful, and I suppose the drivers have got a real appetite and a real desire to do this particular course again.
Absolutely, yeah, and we have some of the best roads, I suppose stage roads in the county are in North Mayo, and the roads they're very challenging for the drivers, and the drivers like that, and they're good tight twisty roads in the north of Mayo, and they prove very challenging, yeah.
So the event itself, 3 stages, it's over 115 kilometres, is that right?
That's right, yeah. 3 stages ran 3 times, so you have 3 stages in the morning, you would have a break, you would have service in the March facilities in Ballina, you would have 3 more stages in the afternoon, again service after that, and then 3 stages to finish.
So that's on the Sunday. On the Saturday, of course, as we know, Matty, it's always a great day as well in the town for families to come along and to see the show that's always put on there.
Yeah, no competition on the Saturday, of course. Basically, when the drivers or the crews arrive to Ballina, they come into Hotel Ballina. The cars are scrutinised from head to toe or front bumper to back bumper, and by the Motorsport Ireland scrutineers, and that's a great opportunity for families to come around the hotel, get up close with the cars, the drivers, the navigators, the crews that help out, and get a good feel for what this machinery is all about. Not competitive, the drivers will chat, everyone, it's a friendly atmosphere, and creates a buzz around the place.
And then the real competition is on the Sunday, and of course there's always great excitement approaching 5 o'clock time, or indeed 4:30, when we get a real glimpse of who's going to come out on top.
Yeah, that's right. Around 5 o'clock, the cars will be coming back into the hotel. The results come back in with the cars and the different classes. Of course, the overall is the big one, as usual. But then down through the classes, you have our own local competitors. They're all wondering where they fall in time-wise, and the bitter banter starts. And
a very nice event there as well for the local competitors, the Margaret McGrail Memorial Award. That's for the highest placed Mayo club crew.
Yeah, that's an award we organised for the late great Margaret McGrail, who passed away sadly. Margaret, I suppose, to give an insight to Margaret, she was, I suppose, the mother figure in the club for many years. Sadly missed, remembered by all in the club. Her husband, James, is involved in the club and will be competing on the Sunday. And it wouldn't be right if we didn't mention Margaret on the day,
Yeah, it's a lovely fitting tribute indeed. So it's going to be a fantastic weekend, like it always is, Matty. You're going to be competing yourself, I assume, of course?
I'm hoping to. I haven't fully decided yet. I don't know if I'm going to get a job as regards the weekend, or if I'm going to compete. The care is kind of set up for forestry at the minute. We'll see. I haven't fully decided yet, but all going well. Yeah, we'd like to be out there.
The jury's out on that yet. Yeah. Matty Murphy, chairperson of Mayo and District Motorsport Club. Thanks for talking to us, and the very best of luck. Hope it all goes very well for you on March 5th and 6th.
Thanks very much, Michael Lee. Thank you.
Now I'm here beside Paul Garvin. Paul is organising the rally show, which is of course taking place on the Saturday evening in Ballina town. It kicks off at 5 o'clock. Paul, I suppose first of all, every year this rally show, it's a fantastic evening to kickstart the whole event, and it's great for families and the kids to come along and to see the rally cars up close and personal.
Yeah, it's a good event. We've been running now the last couple of years with the Mayo Rally Club, and I came on board as part of the chamber side to try and I suppose to generate a bit of business in the middle of town. The rally kind of takes place around Ballina and around the hotel, so if you're looking for sponsorship and stuff, it's nice to see a bit in the town over the weekend. So we it's got bigger and bigger every year. The weather's been terrible the last 2 years, but hopefully this year looking good for March, hopefully. We've a lot on, and it's targeting, I suppose, teenagers, kids, families to come in, and it's safe here to see the cars rather than going out the hills and mountains. And this year now particularly, we've got a great lineup. We've drafted in a few bits of the last couple of years, and it'll to make a real good show. And it's compacted really into around 2.5 hours. It's starts off, I suppose, earlier in the day. We'll have the rollover car from the RSA, and they'll have a presence there for the day. With the Mayo Rally Club, they'll have a stand there as well. And we have rally simulators. We have a few retro cars coming in for a static car display. Declan Money's organising that, and then he's hoping to do a diff challenge. It's been done a few times, and it's good to see now. It's when he does it on the car without any rolls the car over and does it the old style of changing like a gearbox inside of a road.
Hit the diff.
Hit the diff, that's right. Very famous song at the minute.
Yeah.
Then we're going to do an auto test and display. That hasn't been in Ballina since, I think, Willie Durkin organised it back in maybe 94 or so in the festival. So this should be unique now. We're going to run 2 cars off against each other over time trials. So that'll be good. And that'll be happening around between 6 and 7 o'clock. And then we're bringing in all the cars in, and maybe the top 30 cars. It'll be a mixture, probably the top 10 rally cars in the competition, and then there'll be around 20 locals. That's always been good the last couple of years. It draws a big crowd, and the locals get to see the cars and who's taking part. It's very hard to know who will be here till the weekend, but we're hoping to have also a World Rally car, someone that's actually competing this year. We haven't confirmed it, so I can't say anything about it yet, but we're hoping to have one of them cars there for the weekend as well. So it should be very good. Ballina Community Radio are going to be there as well, doing a bit of promoting for their side, I suppose, and keep the thing going. And we'll have Dougie Hughes as every year. He's the voice of motorsport. He's coming down and he'll talk you through the whole evening. But there's a lot going on for everyone, I suppose.
Yeah, it really will be a great carnival type atmosphere as well. There'll be DJs and it'll be really a good buzz around the town that evening.
Yeah, hopefully. Now it's falling on Mother's Weekend, so the mothers will have to ring the kids and everyone in town. Hope they're all rally supporters.
They can feed for dinner on the Sunday.
The Sunday when after the racing is over. But no, it's fallen March this year. I suppose there's so much going on for a lot of towns, and it's a really busy time of year this year with Easter, and kids will be off, so it should be a good time of year. I think it's the Mayo Stages Rally, as every year, it's probably one of the best run clubs in the country, and they really have a huge amount of people helping out and doing all the different jobs. People don't realise, I suppose, the amount of work goes into it. It is a big community, and they will work very hard to make it a great event, I suppose. So.
Great stuff. Well, Paul Garvin, thanks so much indeed for talking to us, and best of luck with the rally show on the Saturday evening of March 5th. Now I'm here beside 3 students of St Mary's College in Ballina, Robert Grimes, Paul Flynn and Inda Flanagan, who of course had great success with the Formula 1 in schools. Robert, we'll start off with yourself, I suppose. Firstly, tell us what that was all about and how well you done.
Well, the Formula 1 in schools is a STEM competition. It's the largest competition in the world that promotes all 4 STEM subjects. That's science, technology, engineering and maths. The competition is where we make, design and race a miniature Formula 1 car. The cars are 21 centimetres long, 8 centimetres wide, 4.5 centimetres high, and they race down a 20-metre track. So alongside building the cars and making them, we have design portfolios, we have all our sponsorship to gather together, and we have to design a pit display as well.
Okay, that sounds pretty complicated. I'm sure a labour of love, though, that you really reap the rewards when it's done. Tell us how well you done in the competition itself.
Over in the World Finals in Singapore in September, we won 3rd place overall, and we won the best pit display, which was sponsored by Toro Rosso.
Paul, tell us yourself about your own experience in it. Having your own, I suppose, project going to Singapore must have been a real dream come true.
Well, yeah, it was a bit unreal to think about it, thinking back, 2 weeks out in Singapore, doing a competition like this in TY with 3 lads, and it's not something that a lot of people get to do. There was 46 other teams out there as well, but even to get out there was brilliant, and to come away with 2 prizes, it was brilliant experience.
And where did the idea come to get involved in this and to do something like this?
Well, it was Aaron that introduced us to it first. He came in there one day in September in 2014. He came in and said, lads, we'll throw our hand, we'll give this a go, and we'll see how well we do. And we realised we were pretty good at it, so we kept going.
And how about yourself? Must have been a great experience getting involved in this.
Yeah, it was unreal. There was, I suppose, started off at the regional final, and then we just scraped through that, I suppose, and then we came to nationals, and then we thought, sure, we'll give it a go anyway, and we ended up going out to Singapore, and I suppose we're happy with our achievement.
And the rest is history, they say. Tell us about tonight and what you're doing here at the launch.
Well, I suppose tonight we're just promoting all the stuff we've done so far, and just helping the Mayo Rally just to promote themselves, really.
And tell us, lads, in terms of motorsport itself and rally, are you interested in the whole aspect of getting into driving cars and that?
Yeah, we are. I think at this stage we've all got a huge interest in Formula One, but it really has, over the course of the competition, has really opened our eyes to motorsport. One of our sponsors is actually big into rallying himself, Noel Jacob. He was brilliant to us all year, and he's really introduced us to rallying as well.
So what's next for you? I assume you're in Leaving Cert, is that right, this year?
No, we're in fifth year.
Okay.
But we've been invited back as judges for the competition. So we have judging at the end of this month, the start of next month, and in April. So we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to helping more teams in the west of Ireland make it through to the World Finals, hopefully, and ensure the continued success of the STEM subjects in the west of Ireland.
And finally, going forward in terms of career, do you see the motorsport and Formula One in particular as something that you're going to pursue for the foreseeable future?
Definitely. We met a lot of the engineers and team managers within Formula One. We've made contacts within Force India and Toro Rosso. Aaron is on an engineering scholarship with Williams Formula One. So with a bit of luck, the three of us will get involved.
Yeah, sounds great. We wish you all the best, and of course I'm sure you'd love to be back here in a few years' time as well, competing in the Mayo Stages Rally.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be something we'd all love to do.
Great stuff. Well, Robert Grimes, Paul Flynn, Inda Flanagan, thanks so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Now I'm glad to be joined by Willie Durkin, who is one of the founding members of the Mayo and District Motorsport Club. And of course, Willie, I suppose, first and foremost, it's a huge year for the club, celebrating 40 years. You must be thrilled with that, first off.
Exactly, yeah. It's a great achievement. 40 years, it just flew, really, you know. I remember when it was formed back in 76. We had our first autocross out in Youngton's Field on the Bunnyconnon Road. A lot of cars got together and a lot of boys working on them, and that time safety wasn't a major issue. It's not as bad as it is now, but back then if you had a middling car, the ordinary seatbelts done you. No fireproof overalls, just a helmet. A frame just back behind the seats, just a tubular bar, and away you went.
Yeah, some changes over the last 40 years.
Wicked changes altogether. Yeah. I am a scrutineer myself, appointed by Motorsport Ireland, and the amount of safety that's in them cars now in comparison to back them years is unreal.
And would you say that's certainly for all the better?
Oh, huge benefit. We're lucky some of us weren't injured back then times. You know, if a car went off, anything could happen because you had no protection whatsoever.
What would you say, looking back, is the highlight of the last 40 years of the club?
Well, I suppose if you look at it, going from autocrosses, night navigations, into stages rallies, single stage rallies, and into national championship rallies now, and border championship all put together, and WRC cars, world championship cars competing in our event. It's a huge achievement for the club.
And the amount of competitors coming in now, year after year, top class competitors getting television coverage as well, it's massive.
It is massive, yeah. It's actually great. It's great, and we have a lot of young drivers coming into our club now as well, and they're doing pretty well. I'm sure you know, you've heard the news about them competing in Galway, and we have navigators competing in world championship events that were born in this club, you know.
It's a sign you're doing something right.
You're doing something right, and long may it continue for it. As I say, we're 40 years at it.
And your fourth year here, of course, in Ballina as well, the Hotel Ballina and Kindy Motors Mayo Stages Rally. So this stage in particular itself, it must have a great appeal to the club that you want to bring it back year after year.
Well, yes, and the club, the hotel is delighted to have it back each year, and they'd have it every year if they could, but we have to spread it around the country. We don't know where it's going to be next year. It could be Westport, Claremorris, Castlebar, we don't know, but it's up for grabs for next year now.
That's great. Well, I know next year you'll be into your 41st year, and here's to another 40 years of successful events for the Mayo Stages Rally, and indeed the club itself. Willie, I suppose the March 5th to March 6th, it's a hands-on event, lots of volunteers getting involved. But it's a day, I suppose, that'll be very poignant as well, and a bit of nostalgia. You'll remember some of the great officers that you'd have known down through the years.
Exactly, yeah. Some of them are no longer with us, Unfortunately, that's the way it goes, In most recent times, Margaret McGrail passed away last year, and she was a member of this club for 38 years.
And that's a very fitting tribute as well that you've done, the Margaret McGrail Memorial Award. That'll be for the highest placed Mayo club crew.
Yes, exactly, yeah. And that'll be presented on the night as well, yeah.
Very good. Well, Willie Durkin, one of the founding members of the Mayo and District Motorsport Club, thanks so much indeed for talking to us. And once again, congrats on 40 years.
Thanks very much, and thank to yourselves as well for your coverage.
Now I'm here beside Brendan Flynn, who's involved with the Sligo Pallets Border Rally Championship. It is, of course, round one of the championships on the weekend of the Mayo Stages Rally as well, of course, March 6th. First of all, Brendan, I suppose the event itself always very successful each year.
Well, it is very successful. It's a good round to start off the year with. This year, the Border Championship is celebrating 25 years, and I haven't checked out all the history yet, but I'd say the first round back then was here as well. So it's good to get it up and running, and Sligo Pallets on board again with Annual for the 6th year running. So we're looking forward to a good year of the championship.
And what's the feedback you get each year, Brendan, on this particular route, on the stage one of the championships?
Good challenging route, good test of driver skill and navigator on the notes and that. So they all look forward to getting a good test at the start of the year, see how they're got over the winter break.
Yeah, I suppose in terms of the other rounds that you have coming up through the year, how does it compare with those?
Oh, well, each round will bring its own challenge, and that in different time of the year. Like it start off in the winter months here, it could be wet and slippy. You'd come to the lake of Monaghan, then you'd hopefully be getting into the dry weather. You get a mixture. It goes on to Cavan, like you get into the warmer weather. Again, every round, different terrain, that good test of skill for the drivers.
Tell us how it works for people that may not be familiar with it, the Sligo Pallets Border Rally Championship, in terms of an overall winner at the end. How does that come about?
It's a class-based championship, so every class has the ability to win the championship as long as there's a good entry in each class. It's the best 4 rounds out of 6 you pick your score from, and we've had different winners in different classes over the years. They all look forward to it. As I said, it's a clubman championship. It's not all about money.
And Sligo Palace, of course, have been a great backer of the event as well.
Oh yeah, they're a great backer. They're on board for the 6th year. It's 25 years, and Andrew is working hard in the background. They're planning some new things for this year.
Well, I know you'll always enjoy the weekend here in Ballina. It's great publicity for the town of Ballina as well. People coming from all over the country. You know yourself, a Monaghan man, you'd have a good crowd down with you as well.
Oh yeah, the Monaghan guys are all at the minute. They're getting their cars prepared and getting cobwebs off of themselves and that. There's boys going to the gym because they realise they're not at the same fitness as they were at the end of the season, so they're back in the gym training, and that put in a good start to the season.
And just on that point, how much of importance is that in relation to a driver going to the gym in terms of driving a car? Because to most ordinary people, they may think that it wouldn't have much difference at all, but obviously I'm sure it does.
Well, fitness is a major part of the whole motorsport thing. Like any sport, to be good, you have to be at the top of your game, and if you have to concentrate for 7 minutes or 10 minutes of a stage, like you can't afford to be missing anything in your personal fitness, because the guy behind you will probably be fitter than you, and come at the end of the day you'll have an hour or more rallying to do, and as the guy said, your arms could be going like jelly coming into the last stage, and that's not good.
So no burger and chips for the Monaghan boys preparing for the championships?
No, they're all out running the roads.
Great stuff. Well, Brendan Flynn, thanks so much indeed for talking to us, and the best of luck with round one of the Sligo Palace Border Rally Championship on March 6th. Yeah, that package was from Thursday night there, the launch of the Mayo Stages Rally at Hotel Ballina, March 6th. Yes, will be a busy day surely for all in Ballina and North Mayo as they celebrate the club itself celebrates its 40th year anniversary, but of course it's the 4th year in a row the event has been held there in Ballina as well, on the Hotel Ballina Kennedy Motors Mayo Stages Rally for 2016. Just some results.